Hello.
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 Can we only see our own magic items?
Unless on the list of the party's magic items that we've gathered along the way.
I think some are visible to all, but most are just only either one or two of you, yeah. It's because a lot of them might have been revealed in the downtime, but not in the
Oh, okay.
actual session still. Hey, Alex. And all the others.
Yeah, why did Alex get a name drop
Yeah,
and a
no.
hello? The fuck? Well, we all know who Yop's favorite is.
I mean, that's gotta be Ian.
Ian didn't get a personalized hello.
Who knows?
We talk for an hour before every session.
No.
We have a different channel.
Teacher's pet.
Yeah, we have a server for the two of us.
That's called a chat, yup.
No, we made a server. We only two. You'll get invited if you deserve it, you know. If you earn it.
Just like you'll get invited to our chat away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Special, right? Exactly. Where's our noob?
Lane is responsible for her, so.
Yeah, true.
I'm not Phoenix's keeper. Give me 1 second.
I feel this music, because it's copyright free, it's sort of okay, but also it doesn't really fit with like the campaign, I think. But I like it on its own. Most of the tracks.
If you'd like some music, I have a friend. He basically makes D&D playlists. Ian Fisher. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's like RPG D&D sound maker. He's on Spotify and everywhere. So I asked him to use his music for my stream, and he was like, "Yeah, of course. Like every stream can use it, but if you want to, you can like send him a message or an email or something."
RPG maker? What?
Yeah, I'll just send you his stuff, but it's really good. I really love him.
I mean, I'm sure there's a few of us here that are musically gifted that could also create some stuff.
You go ahead, Lane.
What was that, Yop?
You go ahead.
I've been fucking trying for weeks. I haven't used something like GarageBand in about 10 years, so it's just really hard to like familiarize myself and learn how to use the newer version of it. Well, I am trying,
What that is.
and I think Phoenix will also look to do something as well.
Cool.
I'm not musically gifted, but I'll make something really bad for us if you want that.
I would love that.
I could upload
Yeah,
some
yes.
baby crying tracks to help everything out.
for the real horrific moments that we have to fight.
Yeah. There she is.
Hello.
Hello.
Remember that time Plane pooped for like half the session?
I was pooping before the start of this session as well. And I realized I realized I ran out of toilet roll, so I had to
You had to
use.
start 4 hours before.
I had
Don't
to.
tell us what you have to use.
No, I used tissues, but the menthol and eucalyptus tissues.
Oh,
Oh my god.
So
Well,
now
at
you've
least-
got like a spicy. the hell?
Ring of fire.
Yeah, it's not
Why
a good
does it
day.
always have to start like this?
Because poop is just a way of life. Yeah. We all
It's a good
poop.
way to kick it off.
I would
think
say
it's
poop
part
is a
of
big
life.
part of my life right now. Not my
Yeah.
poop.
Icebreaker, you know what I mean?
Have fun. Alrighty. Moving on. Welcome back, everyone. And for everyone that's... we started playing?
Yeah, that started 20 minutes ago.
Oh, jeez. Alright. Welcome, everybody that's watching, that will be watching the VODs or just the players. Because we haven't played for a little bit, mostly due to me. Sorry. You know, life happens. Glad to be back. We're gonna have a good session here. Session 3 of the Chains of Asmodeus revised. The previous 2 episodes, a lot has happened. And before I go and ramble on about what has happened, I'm gonna ask the players. Do we have anyone that prepared like a recap?
If I'm not mistaken, Phoenix said that they would do it at the end of last session.
You know, it's really funny you say that because, I mean, I'm if nobody else has anything, I remember kind of what happened, so I could give a really brief overview, but it won't be
You
anything
do?
special.
That's impressive. Because I
Okay,
have no
well,
idea. I have no idea.
So,
It's been too
as
long. Wait.
far
Before
as
you
the-
start.
oh,
Before you start.
okay.
I remember
We
Ios
always
got
do our-
stage fright.
Yeah. We fought. Recap 2.
It's always easier recapping the fight. It's like
Well,
social interactions. There's so much went on.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't necessarily remember the conversations, but I remember the important things that happened anyway.
Old person cast on my very high performance roll. Yes, I remember it too.
alright. We're gonna go roller of expiration. I don't have that set up yet. Also, I set up some macros. I don't know, and I think I allowed them for you to be able to use it, but I don't know for sure. You guys have a macro tab to the top right? I think so. In collection. There you go. Okay, it works.
Yep. That's nice.
Yeah, so those are all like very useful macros for me, especially, but for you guys, I think, too. They can all be enabled and they'll show up on the bottom bar of the Roll20 tab. And you can just either healing potion is just clicking and just selecting which one. All the others, I think, are mostly like selecting the token, either that you want to whisper to or that you want to roll initiative for or ability checks or that sort of thing. And I would recommend using them on your own token if you're gonna use them. But, you know, you can roll for fun on others. Yeah, so that's it. Let's me roll this expiration dice. This roll 1d 501. 368.
Sounds good.
368.
That's an exciting one to get.
Oh, that is interesting. That's very applicable to this, maybe, especially in the upcoming session. I think might be, depending on how you guys want to go about it. If your character had to disguise themselves in an unfamiliar land, what kind of persona would they adopt? I think this is also fun to answer, like as a person. So we'll do that too. Anyone that wants to answer that and earn their expiration dice, which is still 1d10, yes, 1d10 that they can use on any d20 dice within this session. One sec. And afterwards we'll go to the recap from Phoenix, see how far we can get.
In an unfamiliar land.
I mean, most of you are in an unfamiliar land at the moment.
I would cover
Beef.
myself in poop.
That's a good one.
Oh, that was going to be my answer. Don't
Uh-huh.
worry.
Is it? Do you have a new profile pic? Ian?
Yeah, I just
On roll?
what is it? The rogue. I chose the rogue.
Oh, okay.
You said that pick on Roll20 for the last 2 sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay. That's my bad.
I feel neglected now.
Sorry.
And you're
I guess
supposedly
you're
his
not my
favorite, Ian.
favorite.
He doesn't
I
even think
think
you guys have roll pictures.
Is Ian gonna take it with 4? No one even wants to contest that?
Bullshit.
4's a really high roll.
Yeah.
I
Four is
honestly,
pretty
I
bad.
couldn't beat it if I tried.
I've been dealing a lot with the number 4 prepping this session. I don't know.
Is there a
Makes sense.
foursome?
Bam. Wow, wow.
That really depends on you guys, but I don't think so. That's not what I prepped for, but you know, anything can happen. Brings us to a good point here for anyone watching. This is a session that has some mature content in it, so if you're not about that stuff or you're underage, please click off the video. This also includes a lot of Change of Asmodeus is a campaign about devils and hells and that sort of stuff. So before all my players leave, yeah, consider if it's appropriate for you to see this, and if you want to see this, there's also some trauma stuff that can come up with being in the hells and dealing with devils. That's not what we hear. That's not where we are now, though. And we'll go to that recap after we've established that. Yeah, I guess Ian is winning it with a 4. That's great. All right. Phoenix, you wanna go ahead and make an attempt? It's been a long time, but you can do it.
Okay. Sorry, I may or may not have been scratching some food, but we started off with Kotam pointing his finger at me and being like, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah, Skyrim
And
opening.
I sort of tried to give an explanation as to who I am and how I got there, although I wasn't really sure how I got there. And everyone's a little bit like, you know, who is this? What's going on? Al is just constantly staring at Crusher. And then I guess after some discussion, Kotam is like, oh, well, you know, I can create another portal that could send you like via Avernus, I think. And we're like, but is that even going to go right? Because clearly you've, you know, not had a good track record or whatever. And he's like, I've done this loads of times. Anyway, so he makes the portal, and then pretty sure it was Crusher and Al that jumped in first, and then I followed behind them, and then everybody else eventually gets through it. And then we come up the other side in Sigil, which is the same portal that I jumped into to try and get to the Nine Hells. And yeah, we end up coming back out of it, covered in the remnants and waste of other living beings. I remember there's a guy nearby. I can't think what the... yeah, lots of poop. There's a guy nearby that I can't remember what creature it was now, but he's like a...
It's a goblin.
You know, what? Okay, he's got like a sign saying he cleans or whatever.
I honestly don't remember his name because I sort of improvised on that, but
Definitely Goblin Joe.
Yeah,
it's somewhere in my notes, but I'm not gonna search it up. Yes, there was a clean
so
surface.
he, yeah, exactly. So we went over and, well, actually, initially, I can't remember who it was that tried to psychically speak to him or telepathically speak to him, and he got really freaked out by that. And then he said, "Yeah, that's fine. You know, get out of my head, and I'll clean you." And then we were trying to decide what to do next. I'm pretty sure I brought up the fact that Attain had told me how to get to the Nine Hells and might have another idea, and that she would be in the Smoldering Corpse Bar. So we made our way there. Once we were there, we sort of tracked her down. Al started drinking. Well, actually, this is when everybody gets this drink from the barmaid that has the little thing in it and the little ball, and then some people decide to swallow it and others don't. And then we go and speak to Attain, and she charges me an extortionate amount of money to give me information, and I can't remember now what it... Well, she tells us about needing two different things. One being like a letter, and another being I think it's a thing from the devil, like a contract from a devil, and
Yeah,
yeah,
basically you needed two things because the supposed actual portal towards the Nine Hells, or the one of them that still is working, as there's been a phenomenon happening where adventurers can't really travel towards the Nine Hells, or seem to be yeah, they seem to be like derailed whenever they try to, like what happened with you guys. And there's supposedly another, or one at least, portal that does work, as it is within the vault of a supposed archdevil. The archdevil whom they speak of is unknown, but that gives kind of the hope that that would be a portal that works. It is located within the Bank of Abathor, which is a giant, enormous bank within Sigil. That has all kinds of houses, all kinds of things and creatures within. And in Vault 666, you'll find the supposed portal that brings you to the Nine Hells. To get there, you need a document that will have you be able to travel through the Bank of Abathor towards Vault 666, kind of like a proof of documentation that you own the vault or are allowed to visit in. And then, of course, you need a portal key, which is portal keys are often used to activate a certain portal towards a certain place. Both of these things are sort of contracts. One made from a devil, or with a devil, that allows you to travel through that portal that brings you to the Nine Hells, and then the other is a documentation or a contract that says, hey, you are allowed into Vault 666. So those two.
Okay, so we have those two things that we need to go after. So then we are just chilling, and so we start playing music. Is it Lukka that started that? I can't even remember.
I think he did.
Yeah, and then you know, my Dalia joins in, and we kind of do this little performance. Obviously, Lukka's a little bit more.
Ian almost joined in, or Isles.
Terrible
Yeah,
save.
but then he
by
got
real
sort
name.
Stage fright.
And then after sort of we finished, Lukka gets approached by somebody who's like a fan of his, I suppose, and is talking about enjoying his music and stuff. And then we have a awkward moment where I'm standing there feeling jealous because he's not pointing out my musical talent. And then
Barful, the gnome, he was.
oh yeah, okay, there we go. And then we end up establishing that he was passing through Sigil because he was going to this chap's place to get, forged documents, which obviously is exactly the kind of thing that we find ourselves in need of. So we ask him for information about where to go to get this, or like where he's based, and he lets us know, and he also warns us before we leave about this whole there's something going on there where there's these like people hearing voices.
Like that one? Like that lava?
Yeah, I just heard a voice.
What the fuck was that?
That's a student town. That's what that is.
Oh, okay.
It's literally someone walking past my window, but I'm like right on the like roadside. So
That's kind of a scary laugh.
yeah. Probably
Continue.
hungover or drunk or something. So but yeah. Anyway, sorry. So people been hearing voices, and that you got to be kind of like careful when you go there, just in case. And I believe we sort of left off being outside. So we traveled to this guy's shop, and it's very steampunk-esque, lots of mechanical bits and bobs everywhere. And we were going towards the entrance. That's sort of the last thing I remember.
Yeah, you guys already entered. It was Grundlefen's
entered.
automatic scribe print shop, and we kind of ended the session with me describing the inside of this shop. Or at
Okay.
least the first glance into it. I'll do so again in a moment here as we start the session. Thanks, Phoenix. That was a good recap for the pretty extensive amount of time that we haven't played. So I think 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, what was it?
It's been 84 years.
This is the third week, I guess. So yeah. So like says 14, like 20 days. Anyways, thanks for the recap. You'll get your expiration. So it's a 1d10 dice you can use whenever you want on one of the d20 rolls that you will do within this session. Declare it beforehand, and then just you can use it. Then we'll go to the expiration question here. Yeah.
If Ios, and contextually, Ios is a amethyst dragonborn, for anyone listening. If Ios was to go to a distant land, he would find a way to fabricate some wings, and he would pretend to be a young amethyst dragon.
Like an actual one?
Yeah. That's his, or a very large amethyst kobold. Or he would wear his hood at all times and cover up all of his scales and hands, and he would just be a shadowy figure in the background of every bar.
Rider.
And
All
that's what you get with a 4.
Yeah. The 4 is representing the quality of answering
Amount of effort,
the
Oh,
answer,
we
or-
should really start doing that.
But then that if multiple people are gonna roll, that never gets picked probably, because it also decides who gets the answer.
Yeah, no, but
It'll be
depending on
random,
whoever wins, whatever, like however high their roll is, depends on how in depth of an answer they give us.
So you usually get good answers, but
Sometimes.
But if someone wins with a
everyone rolls
9,
low, or
Yeah.
or there are multiple
Yeah.
people that have low roll,
Yeah.
then sure, that's funny. Yeah. I thought it was a good answer. What would you do if you were Ian going to a distant?
Sorry,
I
that's a
would-
5. That's not a 4 answer. Sorry, yeah.
I have a
different
beard.
persona.
I would shave my beard,
Yeah,
and I would
well,
kind of talk with my Taiko accent.
you would be Russian.
Yeah, that would be right.
A Russian without a beard. Okay.
Totally normal. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. No, do it in the Russian accent then. Totally normal. Nothing to see here.
Still Dutch.
All right. Thanks. That gets you your expiration. And without further ado, I think. No, we don't. We've never rested yet. Without further ado, we'll get into the session here. Like I said, I'm going to describe quickly the outside and inside of Grindelfilm's automatic scribe and print shop, and then I'm going to drag you guys on the map, because we have a map for this. Alrighty, here comes. Grindelfilm's automatic scribe and print shop hunches between two crumbling buildings like a steam-belching relic. Its iron chimney wheezing smoke and its brass-plated doors rattling with the thump of gears within. As you enter inside, which you've had, that's where we ended the session, you see the following. The shop's guts chum with clattering cogs and hissing pistons, casting flickering shadows in the steam-thick air as automatons trundle between machines that grind, stamp, and hum with relentless mechanical purpose. So all kinds of modrons are located here. Modrons are these complete larval creatures from the plane of mechanics. And they are also found within Sigil, as everything is found within Sigil. And apparently these modrons, or at least a few of them, have been hired or are at least tasked to operate the machine here that Grundlethums owns. And we'll bring you guys onto the map here. Oh, and the music was amazing in terms of the transition there. Anyways, like I said, you find yourself among a rather large building that is filled with these mechanical machines and that sort of thing. Even the servants here are partial constructs, or pretty much complete constructs. They look a little weird and different than the machinery that they operate, but still they are definitely mechanical. You see different shapes. You see these kind of clock, stopwatch kind of like pocket watch kind of shaped modrons in just a circle form, as well as these pyramids, triangular upside down pyramids kind of forms that have these three spears. All the modrons seem to abide to one shape, and that influences their not only their looks but their rank, as modrons are different in ranks, like a larval creature would be, depending on what shape they have. Dalia, I watched back the session, and you were the one to open the door and step within, so I put you in front and some of the others behind you. What do you guys want to do as you enter inside? These modrons here at the front, they look at you strangely, but don't say anything yet, as you kind of entered.
Is anybody suffering from voices in their head? I couldn't remember if that.
Well, you don't know, but of course you heard as a player that Crusher was contacted by something that talked to him.
Okay.
Oh, that's maybe a good thing to mention as well, as within last session, Crusher tried to approach a devil and a ASMR. Pissing the ASMR off and talking with the devil, he asked if there was any devil that could make that he could make a contract with, as to provide for the portal key that we needed to get into the Nine House. The Barb Devil was not able to do any such thing, but he knew of someone that was named the Haunted One. And approaching the shop, Crusher has been contacted telepathically by something that is claiming to be the Haunted One, that is trapped within and wants to be freed. Again, this is not known by the other players, but or by the other characters, but you heard it last session as a player.
Okay. I want to try and approach one of these upside down pyramid guys.
All right.
And just ask if they can help.
Sure. These are very bizarre creatures. You've seen creatures that have like even limbed, right? Yourself and most other creatures, but as you approach, you can see that this creature is not only made of 3 sides, but there are also 3 eyes, 3 mouths, 3 legs, 3 arms, and 3 spears that they hold. And as you kind of approach, you can drag your token further on. They will, the 2 closest spears that they hold that kind of face each other, they will hold kind of out. And one of them begins to click in a certain manner. Most Modrons can't speak any other language than Modron, and Modron is a language that is similar to kind of Morse code, expressed by the clicking of cogs and wheels within their bodies. So as you approach, they will hold out their spears, and you hear.
Okay.
I'm just gonna not take over the conversation, but I'm just gonna say we mean you no harm. We need a second to figure out how to communicate with you. I don't think they can understand me. I'm sorry, I don't think I can understand them, but they can understand me.
Yeah, you can send me what it says here. You don't need to share a language with the creatures to understand these messages, but it must be. Yeah, so you can send them, but they can't send you anything
Yeah,
back.
so I'm just gonna say we mean no harm. We're here to discuss working together.
As you say that within their mind, one of them, or at least one of them, you say that in their mind, they will respond again, but like you expected, you can't understand them. And you see that the spears kind of get drawn back to their own bodies, and one of them even steps a little aside.
Okay. I'm gonna assume that is them letting us in to have a look around. So
You don't know for sure, but it seems that body language is telling you this. Yeah.
Okay.
Al and Crusher, if you could not point your weapons at each other for the next little bit, that'd be just great, okay?
I'll just look back as he starts sheathing his sword again.
Very strange individuals, Remius says.
You don't know the half of it.
Oh, I was talking about
Nice
the Modrons.
looking tongue.
As you kind of cross this Modron's path here, the triangular one towards the south, he will kind of begin to walk with you. And try to get in front of you a little bit, leading the way. As you pass through the shop, you'll see that this shop is kind of divided by 2 major constructions here. One seems to be some sort of big. It looks like a furnace, but also like a cage. There is some kind of contraption with bars in front of a big kind of window that is heated to a certain degree where there's just opaque heatness coming from it. There's no way you can see inside it, but Definitely something that they want to keep within. And there are all sorts of pipes and gears and stuff connected to the cage and to the furnace, kind of giving it the mix of both in terms of impressions. The other side, opposite to it, houses a very large kind of tubular machine that is connected with all kinds of tubes that branch off from it, different wheels and screens that give all kinds of different informations. Tubular, yeah. And you see that there's a room kind of coming across there that goes around the corner. Lots of steam is coming from this machine, especially, and more like hot air is coming from this one. Especially from the kind of chimney that sits on top of it. You also see that there are two staircases that both go up here. And as you look up, you can see that this building is about 3 stories high. You being on the first one here, and then second and the third. And there's kind of this open window, kind of serving as this sort of space that goes throughout these 2 upper levels as well. The Modron that stands here will kind of wave one of its spear's arms towards all of you here, and point it towards Dalia and Ios that are currently following the other Modron, and it will start clicking again. As you guys follow, is there anything you guys want to say to each other as you are within
supposed to be following this Modron?
Yeah, he seems to be wanting to let you follow him, I guess. He seems to be eager to show you something as he kind of as he walks. Because of his triangular shape, he kind of takes steps in a spiraling motion, so like as he walks, he is also rotating its own body. And every time there's another side facing you, you see the eye that is on that side kind of tracking you. Yeah, Dalia, good impression.
She's one of them. Oh no.
As you guys come around here, you see different kinds of circular modrons, a modron monodrone, they're called, as they have kind of one side really, and that is their main side. They look up and down, and they kind of are observing you, but then quickly get back to work. That is their tasks. And the what?
This is like by far the most advanced technology I've ever seen. So, Ios is just sort of in a quizzical mode.
Yeah, this is probably completely alien to most of what the material plane would ever experience. It seems that in other planes, and Sigil included, a type of technology has been achieved that is not really present within the material plane, at least not that you've experienced it. Probably any of you. As the triangular Modron walks past her, he kind of stops at this control panel sort of thing, it seems, and points with one of its spears towards what seems to be a square-like Modron. He only has one face, and he is known to be a Modron quadrone, having a different shape signifies that I guess he is of a higher rank within this chamber. And as he kind of looks towards your way as you approach, his lips will begin to move and he will begin to speak in common tongue this time. And say, "Welcome, welcome. I am TO67. This is Grundlethumb's scribe shop. And we're here to help. I see you've already met some of my Modrons, and I encourage you to let them keep up their work. But if there's anything you want from the shop itself, then you are to speak with me."
What's Crusher doing?
Flying, it seems.
I'm just testing something.
Yeah, you've got it right. The moment you went back and then started moving up, I was like, "Yep, he realizes now."
I was aware.
Al is basically just staying with Crusher at all times.
Sure.
Okay. So, firstly, wonderful place you've got here.
Top notch.
Oh, it is not mine. It is Grundlethumb's, but he is currently busy. And anyone above a passive perception of, let's say, 14 will hear throughout the exhaustion pipes and clanging of metal. They will hear a echoing voice coming from the second story here, one up from where you guys are. You will hear the muffled voice of, well, not a Modron. It seems to be a kind of a voice of an older man. You can't really understand what he's saying, but there's someone up above. STO67 kind of continues. He says, "We're just the workers that he hired from our home plane. And, well, we're here to complete whatever our master wishes. And what our clients do as well."
So you can help us. We are looking for a document that can allow us entry to a vault in the Bank of Aberforth.
That's a curious place. Looking to find one or to create one?
Well, I suppose either, but I guess we're here because we heard you could create one.
We can indeed, yes. This machine in front of you, the big one, is capable of producing any kind of fabricated document, replicating it to the best of our abilities. We have high reviews.
That sounds great, but is there anything that we should be concerned about or any risks?
Well, there's a price to fabricating certain objects, of course, or documents. So that will come naturally. But there has been an issue with completing any fabrication as of recent. Some of the Modrons have been hearing voices inside their heads. And some of our customers have complained about it as well. And we're trying to fix the issue, but for now it seems that certain things will not be up to standard.
Interesting.
It is a mysterious problem. We've never had this happen before, but sure to be solved.
When did it start?
Oh, only a few days ago. 3 to be exact. You see the three-sided Modrons kind of click in the response of that number. Don't mind them. They're just passionate.
Okay. So what kind of a price are we talking about?
Oh, the price depends really on the object or document
you want us to fabricate. Anything of non-magical nature, depending on the size and the amount of pages, maybe, can range from either 1 or to 50 gold pieces. Magical documents or items or contracts can range a bit further, quite a bit further if it really taxes the machine. Think more in the range of 100 to 1,000 gold pieces.
Dalia's gonna turn around and just look at the other characters, because obviously, regardless of this cost, chances are she's not going to be able to afford it herself. So just looking for some reassurance.
Wow, it's great reassurance, guys.
Lukka will step in and say to TO67, hi, it is commonplace from where we're from to sometimes offer other things than payment. Perhaps you need something taken care of. And I'll look back at the rest of the group. We're sort of adventurers, you see. Doing things for other people, solving their problems is kind of our thing. So perhaps we can come to some sort of an agreement other than just pure gold.
Well, that is a good question. And it might be possible. Lukka, can you roll me a persuasion check?
Yes, sir.
He's so down.
I'm actually so tired. Got a WD-40.
He is the the one that is excited about the number 4. So, with a 16, he'll say, anything out of the ordinary can't be decided by us. We are obeying a strict rule set, but given the circumstances, I would imagine that Gandalfum would be interested in maybe your proposal of help, another way of payment, as you would say. He is upstairs. One of my Modrons can lead you to him, if wanted.
If you say one, does that mean it's going to be the guy, the circular guy?
Oh, no, not as in the one-faced. The three-faced one. And again, with the number 3, these guys will kind of turn around and shudder a little bit. You see, the ones that are flying about here, they have no understanding of our speech here. They don't get triggered by that.
But they do understand numbers.
They can read different kinds of languages, yes. And they can speak Modron, of course.
Of course.
Well, that makes sense. Sure. I say, I'll look at the group. What do we say? Maybe some help for alleviating that high gold price?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. You will find Grundlefum upstairs. He begins to click a few times, and the three-sided Modron that brought you here will kind of spin around and then start walking towards the stairs. As he comes to Crusher and Al, kind of blocking the way here, he will slowly starts spinning around on his place, kind of waiting.
He can squeeze through.
Oh my god. They're impossible.
I'm sorry, there's 2 guys behind me. I can't go anywhere.
This is the force
You
we
also
wanted.
notice- You also notice that as he walks, like past everyone, he's kind of following the exact same, to the best of his ability and whatever the environment gives him, but the exact same path that he was when he was leading you towards TO67.
Jonas, move Crusher. I can't move Al anymore. He's absorbed me.
I'll
Help!
absorb all of you by the end of this campaign.
Can I cast Vampiric Touch on Crusher?
You can if you want to.
I wouldn't do that.
You don't need the health points.
But I wouldn't do that.
If everyone gathers on the staircase, I'll drag you all to the next level.
Look, Kotam, I'm surprised you didn't get us lost on the way here.
Because he wasn't guiding us.
Oh, yes.
That is true.
Did send us through the wrong portal.
Well, I did warn about what.
Oh,
could
it's
happen.
never your fault, Kotam, is it?
Not this time, no.
Just take some responsibility, dude.
You've heard the general problem that is going on, right?
Oh, shut up. I'm done talking to you. Get away from me, Kotam.
He seems, as you're following him around, he seems to have a very predetermined path that he's following, as it's not the most efficient one. You could have gone up this stairs, and as he walks the path, it should probably just be faster. He's obeying a very specific rule of the path he's leading you. As he goes around this corner, you'll see the following. As he kind of stops here. And points his spear towards what seems to be a older gnomish gentleman. Bald spot on top, spiky hair, green clothes, bunch of scrolls and tinker tools. He seems kind of out of place within this whole thing, as he seems a little less organized on him. The place isn't all that well topped up, but it's at least pretty organized by what you would now only expect the Modron's job. It's Grundlefum's that is seems to be disorganized, as his desk that he stands in front of represents as well. There's all kinds of scrolls and blueprints on top of this table that have been sprawn about. And he doesn't even seem to notice you until you come to the point, I guess, where you're standing here, really. Because he is so occupied with looking over these things. As he is, as you guys approach, you hear him talking with what's you can only assume is the next model in line, I guess, from the one downstairs, TO68, that stands behind him and is currently talking about him in Modron, talking to him in Modron. Grundlefum is responding to him in common, but he seems to understand whatever it is that TO68 is talking about. As you guys approach, and the triangular Modron kind of stands to the side, he first notices him and then looks around and kind of with a wide look, he's like, "Sorry, I didn't hear you approach. My ears aren't what they used to be. Welcome. Welcome to my shop. I'm Grundlefum. Black Dagger. This is unusual. Usually TO67 handles clients. Is there
Yeah.
something that is wrong?
Not wrong per se. Hello. We're Lukka and the boys. Not locals from around here, so that might be why the request is so strange. We were looking for one of your services. We need something copied. However, the price of your undoubtedly amazing work is a bit too steep for us, not sigil folk. So we thought perhaps there is something else we can aid you in that could perhaps do instead of that price. It is a commonplace from where we are, and we thought it might work here as well.
There are not many locals from Sigil, actually, so it is not uncommon at all. You propose to help me with something instead of paying the price that was predetermined, whatever document you were trying to make.
We're a group of many talents, and we're very different talents, as it seems.
Has anyone heard a voice within their heads? Not your conscious, but something else.
Well,
As he kind of looks around the group.
a bit of time ago, yes. Nothing recent, though.
Around this shop?
I'll look at the group.
I'll look at Crusher.
No? No one? Well, you see, there's been a problem at my shop. The thing that fuels my machine has, I suspect, been reaching out to certain individuals. And I'm trying to solve the issue as it upsets the clients and a few of the Modrons that have been hearing him as well. It also could be potentially dangerous and interfere with the production. And we don't want that to happen, so I asked if anyone heard the voice inside their head, but if not, then I'm afraid it's going to be hard for you to get further in the progress of solving this problem than me.
Sorry, what do you mean thing fueling your machine? What thing?
Oh, well, you see, when I started this shop,
Oh, God. You made a deal with the devil.
it's not a devil, I can assure you. Something else, but not a devil. Anyways, I tried to summon an elemental, an ink elemental, a powerful one at that, to help me with the fabrication of any document that would be needed for future clients. But in the process of doing so, I got steered into the direction of another creature. It fulfilled its purpose and has been helping me with said fabrications for a long time now, but as of recent, 3 days to be exact, you see the triangular one react again. It's been acting up, I suspect. I've not been hearing it myself, but from the multiple Modrons and clients that have reported the issue, I believe it has to be solved quickly. To answer your question, yes, there's a powerful creature. I don't know its origins exactly, but it is not an elemental and also not a devil.
So you summoned a living creature to draw from its power for your own gains.
It is more of a agreement between me and the creature. It came here after summoning it, and then agreed to help me for, well, certain things.
Can I
What certain?
insight check him, please?
Sure. Make an insight check. And Dalia, you can make a persuasion check.
I'll give Al, as he is peering into him, I'll just wave my fingers and light up his eyes, and I'll give him guidance.
Whoop, whoop. Is that a? Is it a 4?
Yep.
It's a 3d4, yeah.
3d4, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Alright. Okay, with a 20 in insight, you can determine that he's pretty much speaking the truth. There seems to be, to his confession, a creature within this machine, explaining the cage, I guess, design of the machine where you stand next to. Whatever this pact is, or whatever this creature gets out of the deal that he made with Grundletham, of course, is a mystery yet. But yeah, there's a certain pact that has been made, or an agreement that has been made. Dalia, with a 9, he will say, "Well, the agreement between the creature and me is of certain privacy, not because of me, but because of the creature. It wanted to stay anonymous, and I don't even know who he is or where he comes from, like I said."
Can I use this and detect his thoughts?
I'm reading it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, if you can cast detect thoughts, then sure. Could you do you have detect thoughts in your spell sheet?
Mm-hmm.
If you can put that in chat.
Oh god, this is the only problem though with having had this many spells put on my spell sheet. I don't remember which level it is. Jim?
It's
Sorry.
second.
First, second, yeah. First or second. Second.
Oh, okay. It's not.
Gotcha. Have fun with that. I think it's you can read surface level thoughts automatically, and then you can try to probe deeper.
Artemis, make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight into the reasoning.
Yeah.
Emotional
They will
state.
know if you probe, though.
Yeah. So as you cast your spell, I'm gonna say you do this telepathically as well, so you won't notice you casting the spell. So I'll give you that. It's not really, you would probably have to. But as you probe the surface level thoughts of him, you mainly probe the thoughts of the conversation. You also learn what Al kind of learned with his insight, that he's pretty much speaking the truth. He doesn't really know what he has bound to this machine. He knows that there's something that this creature gets out of their deal, but you don't really know. He doesn't really know what. Like he said, the creature really liked his privacy and wanted to stay anonymous, not only to you guys, for example, but also to him.
Yup, is it it's like in the engine right below us?
So you had the two machines. The first one seems to be that furnace cage thing, the red one you're standing next to. It reaches through the like roof of the first floor where you were just on, and it even reaches kind of almost towards the third floor above you. It kind of ends at the ground level of that floor. So it's a very tall machine. The same thing is with the machine all the way to the left on the other side of the room. Yes, that one.
Do I sense our friend in either one of those machines, Yop?
How would you sense your friend?
I'd ask him in my head.
Okay.
They have a connection, yup.
Yes, I did.
I finally made a friend, guys. Okay.
He's not spoken up yet. But what do you want to kind of, if you want to telepathically try to say something to him?
Yeah,
What
I'm
do you
just
want to
gonna
say?
ask him which one of the machines he's in.
I'll say he'll respond, and he'll say, "The hot one, the furnace, free me. Do it now." Ios, with a divine sense, I'm gonna say that you definitely sense a fiend within 60 feet of you.
I will let the party members know that it's a fiend. It might not be a devil, but it's a fiend, and I'll do that telepathically, while also realizing that Dalia is now the most telepathic person in the group.
Well, she has not detected your mind.
But
But
still,
I can
there's
detect
something
thoughts
there.
within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, you
Right,
couldn't
so-
detect surface level thoughts, so I guess, but he is not aware of you casting this or doing this, so he doesn't know yet. But sure, Ian knows.
So, can I also. The spell can penetrate barriers. So, in theory, I could also detect the thoughts of the creature that's inside.
What's the thickness of the barriers that you can penetrate? It usually states something like that, right?
It says anything bigger than 2 feet of rock, 2 inches of any metal other than lead, or a thin sheet of lead blocks you.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like a stone furnace, right? I doubt it's 2 feet thick.
Fortunately, it is a lead furnace.
It has all kinds of metal in it. It shouldn't be. I'll roll for the lead part. Let's do a 50-50. So 10 or lower is lead. 11 or 20 to 20 is not lead.
For detect thoughts, you have to be able to say any creature you can see.
Oh, that's a D10. That's gonna be an automatic failure then. D20. 3.
But I think so. I can cast the spell on any creature I can see, but I can detect the thoughts.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can focus it on one by and probe and stuff, but I guess you couldn't technically see this creature as of now, so it wouldn't work on him anyway. Also, I rolled a 3, so there is lead.
No.
Nonsense.
Gronofon will continue and say, because I don't think you probed into his mind, right, Delia? You didn't do that, yeah.
Oh
You
well,
would-
I mean that's what I was going to do, but yeah, we have.
You would be made aware of that as the spell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess does me just asking questions count as probing?
No?
No.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if you're telepathically doing it, it might be a little bit strange to him, but if you're just saying, like,
Well, no, I just
speaking
think
with him while probing his
questions that,
mind,
like-
it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I asked him, because it just says questions verbally.
Yeah, it might become a
might check it.
service level thoughts if you ask him a certain question.
Okay. I can't
You
even
have
remember what we're trying to establish now.
Well, trying to establish what his relationship is with this fiend inside the machine, I guess. Which you've determined to be sort of vague, as he doesn't really know what the creature is either, and what he does with the documents that he creates and stuff.
Can I ask him just like in a lightish hearted way? You wouldn't ever sort of intentionally put us in harm's way, would you?
Me? No, no, no. You are my clients, or let's say potential clients. I try to help my clients the best I can. I can see why I needed to harm you in any way.
What are his thoughts saying? His surface level thoughts.
I'll say that he's not trying to deceive you in any way. He's not like thinking, oh, let me say this, but I mean this. No, he's speaking the truth here.
Okay. I don't know. I'm pretty satisfied that where's Crusher going?
Huh?
You hear the as you say that you hear the surface level thoughts of Grundlefum. Who's Crusher?
You just hear Al just. Sakes.
Crusher, as you kind of walk past the machine here, you hear the voice inside your head again speak and say, "You're walking away. The core. Destroy it. Free me. Free me, and I'll help you. I'll make your contract."
I'm gonna ignore this nerd and talk to Al instead.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and probe. I feel guilty doing this.
So what you saying?
We'll get to Crusher and L. We'll do Crusher and L here, and then we'll let you decide what you want to do after. Okay.
Yeah, now that I've cleverly lured Al away from anyone who could be listening to us. There's a devil in the machine. It wants out.
Why does it want out?
Well, because it probably doesn't want to be locked in a furnace. If we still need that contract to get into the vault, it can make one for us.
I'm going to. Is Crusher telling the truth?
Roll me a deception or persuasion to GM.
Yeah.
Could he have advantage because I have confirmed there is a fiend in the building?
We don't know.
I've told everyone that.
We don't
did.
know.
He did.
I'll say this. Al, it's very hard to read the expression on Crusher as he's wearing a helmet, so you can't really see his voice or see his face, and his voice is kind of monotone, so it's very hard to read this individual. But I mean, Ios has shared that there's a fiend in here. Grundlefum has said that there's no devil, but Crusher's now claiming it's a devil, so you be the judge of who's speaking here the truth.
Okay.
I spoke to a devil at the bar. It told me to find a devil here. And now I'm hearing the voice of a devil asking to be freed.
How do we free it? What does it want? Ask him what it wants.
It wants out.
But why?
It says to destroy a core, and it will get out. And once again, to why, I'm sure it doesn't enjoy being locked up.
I'm a little concerned that we free a devil. He's going to turn on us, Crusher.
Saying to do it, I'm telling you what it wants.
Okay. We'll bear it in mind.
Either way, we'll need to get what we want from the gnome before we do anything.
Okay.
Yep. Remember that you need a contract, of course, to get through to the portal and to the Nine Hells, but you also still need a document.
Yep.
Towards the getting you access to Vault 666.
Against Al's better judgment, he's trusting Crusher here, and he starts to walk back towards the no.
God, he's leaving me by myself. I'm gonna go kill stuff.
This Modron flies away quickly.
What Crusher doesn't know is I've low jacked him with Hunter's Mark.
Grundlefum gonna say is kind of has intertwined the conversation with maybe Lukka or Kotam or Ramius or whatever, or speaking maybe to TO68 while this is going on. And as you guys return to kind of the earshot of the conversation, he'll end his sentence and say towards, I'm gonna say Lukka because he's one of the ones that stay behind here. So if there's any way of you figuring out what the creature wants and why it is so active all of a sudden in communication, and I'll grant you your documents, whatever you want. I just want this problem solved, but I
How did you originally speak to the creature? Because I assume some kind of verbal confirmation had to be made for him to fuel your building, to fuel your endeavors.
It was quite an endeavor indeed, and it's been a long time. But what I remember is that once I built the furnace, the cage, I started to prep for the summoning of the creature. Again, stating I wanted a ink elemental at first, but when I summoned supposed ink elemental, it turned out to be something different. The agreement we came upon was mostly non-verbal, actually. He responded in Modron text. That is why these Modrons are here as well. It came with him.
What if this entity now wants to leave?
I've been hearing clients tell me this, some of the Modrons as well, but I cannot imagine why. He wanted to stay in the first place. That's why he, got summoned by me. It wasn't my choice summoning him. I wanted an ink elemental, and then he showed up. He did that on purpose. I have no idea why he would all of a sudden want to leave.
It doesn't matter why, but once if he does, is there a way you can release him?
Well, yes, but I'm very unsure of if that's a good idea. Whatever the creature is within my machine, it is quite dangerous, I expect, if let loose. If it gets sent into sigil, I don't know what would happen.
And do you think it's a good idea to keep a caged animal locked up, angry, wanting release?
Well, better than the caged animal being released and causing even more havoc than it can do now.
One thing I know about most cages is they don't last forever.
I try to, establish and reinvent the cage every time something like that is threatening to happen.
You're neglecting to even have a conversation with it. Like you're just leaving it in there and acting like it's not trying to get out, but it, all of your modrums have been telling you that it is. So how can you ignore that?
It doesn't want to speak to me. I've tried communicating with it, but wants no use of me. It seems to only pick out some individuals. I have not established any pattern in why it does to some and why it doesn't do to others.
Is your apprehension for releasing this creature down to greed? Do you not want to lose what you have?
Preferably not. No, this is my life. This is how I, provide for myself and for the Modrons, I guess.
You say you tried to summon an ink elemental to begin with.
Yes, indeed.
What if we freed the entity that you have and summoned an ink elemental in its place?
That would be most beneficial. and
And at this point, I'll look.
would be nice, but what of the freed creature? I'm afraid it will. I don't know. Do something.
I'll look at Kortam for the first time. Are you capable of summoning an ink elemental?
I've summoned devils before, but not an elemental. I can try. I have the spell, if that's what you're asking, yes.
Is there any other way except you summoning it, Kotan? Could anybody else attempt?
Luke is our
you
best
are
bet.
uncertain of my capabilities because of certain past events, then you could try and help me, Lukka. You are a, artful arcane wielder. I'm sure your help is much appreciated and much needed if we want to make sure it succeeds.
So I can summon elementals, but specifically, well, ink isn't something that's specified. Is it like an entirely separate thing? This is me just asking a question. Sorry. Because obviously it just says air, fire, and water.
Yeah, it says fire, water, air, earth, probably, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't say ink. Does that mean I can't conjure an ink elemental, or summon an ink elemental, or is it like?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh God.
But yeah, she's a druid. What about a nature check?
Sure. You can roll me a nature check as well.
I didn't expect that to work.
She's a druid, and it's also an elemental, which is nature, so it works.
Same
Over
thing
Oh,
either
God.
way.
Oh,
Over
God.
horrible. You could use your Vexpiration here if you want. Don't have to.
Oh, why not?
What's it? 1d10.
Yep.
Yep.
There we go.
Fucking
18.
hell.
All right. With the Vexpiration helping you out here, I think, yeah, you should be able to figure out that between the main planes of earth, fire, air, and water, there are multiple kind of amalgamations of these four planes coming together, and they sprawl off into steam, mud, all kinds of things, and those again branch off to different things. And within one of those branches of elemental planes, there has to be an ink somewhere in there. With some alteration to the spell and some good prep, you're pretty sure that you could summon a ink elemental.
Awesome.
So, just for my clarification, we are going to deal with whatever's in the cage and then re-summon and enslave another entity to be used in this cage.
Make an agreement with it, Grundleform states. Again, this is something that in past this creature wanted as well. Elementals usually are eager to work.
The elemental should be our ally, so hopefully we won't have to enslave it. It should just help.
Once we summon the elemental, we have to, like I did with this creature, bound it to the machine. But yes, if it is our ally, then we could try and resolve this with a peaceful agreement and not a forced agreement.
Do you have to bind it to the machine it's direct, or can you bind it to the workshop and then have it just go in the machine as and when you need?
Well, this brings us to how we want to free the creature that is within the machine as of currently. There's a core, a magical core within the machine that serves as its anchor to this plane and to this area. It cannot exit the confines of that core as long as the spell holds up and the core is intact. So we will use the same method for the ink elemental if summoned.
I look at
So how
Luca.
do we clear out the current occupant?
I don't know. Usually, well, since I've had an elemental at my service for a little while, he seemed okay doing things with agreement, and of course I honored it by like releasing him, but I don't know what would an ink elemental get from working from you. I suppose they don't need the money, or do they?
Usually, an elemental is eager to just have a use, uh, especially one that is classified as a golem, which probably will be the one that we summon. Um, they are pretty much made to grant the usage in their life. If we can give that to him, then they will comply and work. If that is the same with this creature, I have no idea. The one
But they
inside.
are summoned to be, assistive. They aren't summoned to be detained.
We'll that's where the agreement comes in, I guess. We'll need to converse with it and explain why we want to keep him here, and then hope for his approval.
Crusher,
Yes.
can you get confirmation that this devil creature, can you get some kind of promise that it won't go on a rampage the moment we release it?
You heard him?
I'll ask him if he's gonna go on a rampage the moment we release him.
The voice will answer and say, "Set me free, and I will grant you your contract. That is all I ask. If it is by this way or by destroying the core, I don't care."
That isn't the answer to the question.
I will do whatever must be done.
He says he'll be nice.
No, look at Luca and Co. So, this is the only way I see us getting what we need.
My recollection, this is the first time you guys hear of Crusher being able to communicate with the creature. Do with that whatever you want.
Anyone is surprised.
Grundlefum seems very surprised because he had just asked, and now he's like, and then he got nothing, and now he hears.
So you could speak to him all this time,
Yeah.
and
Cheers for being a team player, mate. Thanks.
I thought I'd wait to share that knowledge when I wasn't in front of the gnome holding it hostage.
You are in front of me.
God, I
Someone
can't believe I'm
else
about to
brought it
say
up.
this, but I actually believe I agree with Crusher.
I don't think it's belief. I think it's just allyship that I'm questioning.
If you are all in agreement of freeing whatever creature is inside, it says it's gonna be nice, but again, I don't know the origin of whatever is inside, so I propose we take caution.
It's a devil.
It said it wasn't when I summoned it.
Well, then it lied.
Great. So what's stopping him from lying again?
His freedom.
Right, but he's been talking to a lot of people. Maybe he's just like lying to us. I don't know.
Are you incapable of dealing with a devil? if it would be lying.
Is there a way
I-
that we can trap him when he
Trap
when
him
we
out of
let
his
him-
trap.
Yeah, so like when we let him out to speak to him, like I don't know, put like a
You don't know what it is, so it's very hard to say.
okay, yeah.
If we're going to do this, well, in fact, I think we should, because every second we waste here, our adventure to the Hells could be delayed even further. I propose all of the Modrons are put somewhere safe where they can't interact with us. It'd be far harder with a bunch of weird one-eye guys to, well, attack us from behind while we're dealing with a devil or a fiend. And they showed up when he showed up, so maybe send them on an errand.
You hear the first time the voice of TO68 speaking up. She says, "We, me, TO67, and well, my two others, TO69 and TO670, we were all hired by this individual."
But you were hired?
Yes, we have no other obligation than operating the machine. If there's an event that would free him, our instructions say to leave the plane and return to Mechanus.
So you were hired by Grundlethum?
No, the creature
by
himself.
by the devil.
Well, can you pledge yourself to Grendel and stay here? Because he seems to need your help.
Other arrangements could be established once the creature is freed. And
What can you tell us about this creature?
it is quite similar to the experience Grundlethum had. He came to us via text. He sent a very fittingly different kinds of documents to us, all in Modron speech, and stated, well, the certain agreement that we have. I won't get into the details as it's quite long, but basically we are here to work, operate the machine, and that's really it for our purpose.
Well, I guess I'm in favor of opening up the cage, or dealing with the fiend, and getting on our way.
Wait. It's the only way you're going to give us this letter to get us into Vault 666 Grundlethum is if we help you with the fiend.
Well, I'm
you
sure.
can't give us the letter, right?
Yeah, I'm sure TO67 has informed you already, and that's why you're here. But within these 3 days, it seems that the production has been rather inconsistent and halted. Reports of documents not really promising to be what they are. So, if you want to make me produce these documents while the creature is still within the one that is currently active, I can't guarantee the quality. That's why I've been searching for a solution so hard.
So we need a release of Del.
Right.
It seems the best way, yes.
Just one question before we do it. We attempt to release this devil, and we're doing it to give him freedom, right?
If
Yeah.
an ink elemental is summoned afterwards that can serve the main and same purpose then of the shop, then yes, I don't see a problem with that.
Okay, and if it turns out that this devil does not just want freedom, but Perhaps, I don't know, control, souls, whatever devils do, we fight it.
We're gonna have
If
to.
if we have to send it back to the Nine Hells, then so be it, I guess.
Yep.
Either
and we
way,
just-
once it's out, it has to go.
Just give the hells one more devil that we have to maybe meet again. Just saying.
There is a potential, but it's also a potential that us releasing him would give us an ally in the Hells.
I hope you're right.
You want to go to the Nine Hells?
Enough questions from you.
Why do I keep agreeing with Crush? Fuck's sake. Stop making me like you. Stop making me like you, Alex.
All right. Gronofon will say, yes. Let's get to it, as they say. The core is on the lower level of the building. I will need to access and open it. It hasn't been opened since I've bound the creature within, not to the internals.
You think
Where it
that'll take
resides.
about an hour? About an hour for that?
If you want to take an hour of prep time, I could use it too, yes. That way you can establish yourselves around the machine for if anything goes wrong and our supposed devil is not so willingly to go, then after it's freed, then, well, you at least have the upper hand in preparation, maybe.
All right.
TO68, you said that if we free the creature, you'll be able to maybe converse a new agreement with me, yes? TO68 will say it. I believe it's a possibility. I will have to converse with my brothers, but yes.
Oops. Didn't mean
Maybe
to do that.
we'll even find TO69. He's been lost for a while.
I would like to meet this TO69 as well.
Don't forget the WD-40.
Right. You guys can take a short rest as Grundlefon will prepare the freeing of the creature inside. You guys can establish yourselves on either floor, whatever you want. And then, of course, cast some spells and do your hit points and stuff.
I will, as we rest, just play a little tune and give everybody a little more hit points, and I will do Song of Rest, which is now a D8. Wow.
Wow, one more point.
One more HP for everybody, guys.
Anyone that wants to stay on this level can. Anyone that wants to go even a level up can as well, or of course, the level down.
How much hit points do we get for 8?
You got, let me see what spell I expended. It's 5th level, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 max hit points.
Okay.
It seems that Grundlefum has to operate the machine from the panel on this floor, but the core, he says, resides mainly on the first floor, so the level under this. That's where you saw the kind of cage formation of the furnace as well.
Can I go downstairs and talk to my friend while we're waiting?
Your friend, yeah, sure.
I feel like I should get this deal hammered out before we let him go.
Alright, what do you want to say as kind of as the others preparing?
I'll also, but after this, I want to drag Lukka somewhere to have a chat.
Kotam will probably be on the first floor as well.
Oh, get him away from me.
All the T brothers will be here.
Yeah.
Except T69, as he apparently has been lost for a while.
I can't wait for us to open this furnace and T69's burned body falls out. I can't wait to find him in there.
The modrones could the other like mono modrones and probably the triangle ones as well. The triangle ones have acted as like guards mostly, so I guess they'll all be spread out across the two like floors here. Trying to establish kind of a defensive ground here, to whatever extent they can. But the monodromes will probably sit within the confines of a safe space, wherever that may be. Let's say it's gonna be Grundlethumb's office, because that seems appropriate. Lots of modrons in Grundlethumb's office. Anyone else want to cast any spells or do any other prep?
I would love to cast spells.
Any spells that you can cast?
No, but I'd like to.
At this point, this is just me being a bit of a noob. But
let's move them here. Actually,
what kind of spells are we talking about? Like to prep for fighting?
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
if you want, I mean, this could go horribly wrong, right? So if it does go like that, then like a mage armor, mirror image, aid, those kinds of spells where you're like prepping yourself for a battle ahead. Most of the time you do that, you casting spells that either last 10 minutes or an hour, that sort of thing.
Yeah, as we were chatting with Dalia and everything, Lukka would have gleaned what kind of armor is she wearing, or if any at all.
You can answer that question.
What am I wearing? Leather armor, I think.
Could be. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, leather armor, wooden shield.
All right, and then who would have asked you if you would like a mage armor by any chance? So to like explain a little bit, it basically sets your armor class to 13 plus your dexterity bonus. So depending on if you're like fine with your armor or whatever, that might be higher or lower.
How do I know how much my armor already provides?
So above your hit points on your core sheet.
Yeah.
It'll say armor class. What's that number?
Oh, 13. It's 13.
Okay, so yeah, take a mage armor.
But then you're saying it's plus my dexterity bonus.
So yeah, but you wouldn't be able to use armor. And I mean, it's not a big issue unless you have like a magical armor or anything.
Wait, so the mage armor would be
13 plus dex.
Okay, so that means it's not going to be any different to what I'm wearing now because I don't
have.
Oh,
there you go. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine then.
I think I've done that right. But yeah, no, I don't have any dexterity bonus. So.
Do you have a shield?
I have a wooden shield.
Okay, so it would boost the AC then, I think.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a +2 armor or something.
Yeah.
Then, if you'd want to, your armor class would be like 2 higher because you can still use a shield with mage armor, so it would be 15. But again, totally up to you. It's fine.
I've got an extra vest if you want to wear it instead.
Get it. I keep getting distracted by the medieval Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
That the song?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the song.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Why not? I'll take one.
Sure.
Be awesome. Thank you.
Here we go.
So yeah, I'll pull Lukka to one side.
Yep.
I don't trust Crusher with this devil.
I don't
No.
trust Crusher at all with anything. He had this thing inside of his head, and I specifically asked him. I didn't want to fight him. I just wanted to know. It would have aided us before, like, we even started talking with this man.
I know, but now we're in this situation, and I feel like we need to attack first before Crusher has any chance to say anything to this devil. Now, don't freak out, but we do not need a contract. And I'll concentrate really hard to summon the contract.
As you do, you will see a contract appear made out of this, like you've seen before, amber kind of light, with the text upon it and that sort of stuff. As you summon it, Lukka, you will see an amber light, kind of in the form of what seems to be a parchment, but no letters on it.
Then I'll just release my grip sword fades.
So
We've got the contract sorted. We just need the letter. So we cannot allow Crusher to speak to this devil, because if it is a devil in there, we cannot allow anybody to make a contract. Especially not Crusher.
Lukka just takes a moment to understand what is going on. So that was a contract. Your contract?
Yes, my contract.
Ow!
Look, I said don't freak out. You're freaking out, Lukka.
Lukka is like changing colors in his face, like from like pale to extremely red.
You remember when I agreed wholeheartedly without second thought to come to the Nine Hells and you needed persuasion? Remember that? When we were speaking to Zython?
Yes.
No, come this way a second, please.
Dalia, you're not aware of her conversation.
That's why I agreed.
I know as a new player, you want to be like present in everything. I felt the same. But
I'm just like sneaking up to them.
Sneaking
Yeah,
up to
you're
the
just
elf with
talking-
17 passive perception.
You're trying to communicate with this triangle Modron here.
This is why I was so quick to agree. It's because part of my contract is to seek out the one who wrote it.
When did you fulfill it? When did you make it?
During our fight with Tiamat,
What? I watched you there the whole time.
did you not feel invigorated after such a long battle? Did you not all of a sudden get this sense of invigoration, sense of strength?
Look at you. You remember within the fight, as a lot of has happened, and then
Yeah,
fight
I know.
itself was quite the fight was quite traumatic. That it's a mesh of memories, but you remember an orange light coming from the portal, and afterwards you feeling refreshed all of a sudden. You might have thrown the reason towards just the adrenaline, or maybe Miliol even.
Yep,
but
that's exactly what it was.
You never fought second-handedly after that about what it could have been.
You see Lukka in that second just like look at you and then almost like deflate and look down. see. Well, I guess I can't get mad. That saved us.
Besides, what's the devil gonna really take from here? I already don't have a soul.
Al, and he like pushes you on your shoulder. He's gonna take you.
Yeah,
You
well,
don't need a soul. You're. Well, I mean, you know what I mean, but you're fine as it is now. I don't want to lose you like you are now.
we need to make sure nobody speaks. So Al just kind of disregards what Lucas said there. We need to make sure nobody speaks to this devil. We need to attack it the moment it's there.
Meanwhile, Crusher, what are you saying to this devil?
We should discuss terms.
This is happening at the same time, so.
Can I see Crusher from the ceiling?
Yeah, you would see him downstairs, kind of standing here with some
Okay,
of the
He's
remote
just sitting on the floor, staring at the furnace.
Okay, so I'm assuming I can't. I'm watching. Al is engaged. Luke is engaged. I'm being the adult in the room. I'm on Crusher duty.
All right. You
Why
see
does there need to
Kotem
be Crusher
also.
duty?
You see kind of Kotem also curiously kind of looking towards Crusher, sort of standing next to him there. He seems to be like his face or his face seems to direct towards Crusher and then towards the furnace and then towards Crusher and then towards the furnace. Crusher, as you say these words, you'll hear the voice and say, "The terms are simple. Free me. I'll do what must be done and you'll get your contract. I cannot give you anything in this form. My powers are limited."
I want to discuss the terms of the contract while you're still in there.
Speak.
Let's keep this simple and easy. I don't want any fuss about this. I don't want any trickery. I want the tiniest, most petty contract you can conjure.
I am certain we can establish something like that.
Then tell me, what are you giving me? And what will be the part of the bargain I am meant to uphold?
I will grant you your contract you need. In return, you will have my help. Nothing more.
And I almost forgot, I have a second deal I have to uphold. I made a promise to inform you of who sent me here. So that you know who to properly thank.
I already know.
That's good because he didn't give me a name.
I know when you speak. You not have to worry about that.
Oh, I wasn't concerned.
It is part of the thing that needs to be done. Get to it. Free me from this cage, and I will grant you your contract. The contract will only contain the help I could give you in the future.
I'm going to look it over.
Do so if you must.
And then Crusher's gonna proceed to stare at this furnace for the rest of the hour. Not
that seems
moving.
fitting.
Yeah.
Alright. Grundletham has taken place in front of the console. He's been working on it a good few minutes now. As he kind of finishes up, I actually see from the ceiling here that Grundletham kind of looks up towards you and then looks to meet any eyes that he can from the group here, and say, I'm ready. The machine is, I mean.
Well, let's get to it.
Remember the plan, Lukka.
Yeah, before we do this, I have a question.
Yeah.
I assume the ceilings and stuff in this room are pretty high?
The ceilings from the room till the next level is about, it is pretty tall. About 35 feet.
Cool, plenty of room. I'm gonna call my friend. So I do have one friend.
Call your friend. Ragnar. Yeah. Before we
No, Jonas.
go into this encounter, does anyone want to be on the different level? You have one up. You're free, of course. The one you came in, then the one most of you are on, and then one upper one still.
What is the height difference between levels?
Like I said, about 30 to 35 feet, something like that.
Yeah, so
pretty tall.
Between every is 35.
Yeah.
Which
So
level has
the whole building is almost like it reaches about 90 feet. It's very big.
Which level has the most darkness?
Certain areas, but I would expect either the lower one or the upper one.
I'll go to the lower one then, and try and find a little dark spot to go bye.
The light around these windows seems to be quite bright, as well as, of course, the furnace itself. So
if I stand like here.
Yeah, you're looking at south or towards the west.
Okay, I'll stand about here then.
Grundletham, where will this thing, like, is this part of the cage gonna open? Is that what's...
The cage downstairs will most likely be the breach. Again, I've not done anything internally inside this machine, at least not to this level. From the point I bound the creature to the machine. Once I release it from the core, who knows where it will approach from. It could be from this floor, it could be lower, it could be from the top chimneys. I have no idea.
I'd like to go upstairs, please. I'm assuming that's the staircase.
Lukka is gonna send. He's gonna extend his arm and open his palm, and a small yellow bird, parakeet or a canary, whatever artist direction is gonna show up, and he's gonna send it flying to Al.
Sure thing. We don't have.
Yeah, I was just looking. We don't have a token.
Yeah, we don't have pebbles yet, but.
Can I think really hard to see if Ios picks up on my thoughts telepathically?
What do you mean?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, because he speaks telepathically, doesn't he? So I'm just seeing if I just start speaking to my mind, if he's like listening in as a response, sort of. I don't know.
Yeah, that's very hard to know because, well, one, you're not on the same floor, and two, you are not telepathic, so you wouldn't be able to detect his thoughts. I'm gonna say no.
Oh, yo, it's telepathically linked to me.
I mean, within the hour, you can like call him over or something.
If I stand in the middle quickly and just look up, can I see him?
Yeah, you see him on the ceiling.
Try to catch his eyes.
I have a passive perception of 13.
I'll say it's enough within time. Sure.
Okay, I will walk down to Al.
No, you don't need to walk down. You're telepathic, bro.
I need to be within 30 feet, and I cannot. You have to
okay.
yell your response.
Okay.
So.
He's not as good as Dalia.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty shaken up about it.
all I want to say to you when you get within range and we can speak is we're going to attack this thing the moment it's summoned.
Oh yeah, I'm
relay the information to Dalia, but leave Crusher out of it.
All right, I'll get within 30 feet of Dalia as well and say, "There's no conversation. It's attack at first sight on this bound demon thing."
Okie dokie, no
And
problem.
then, just before the hour's up, I would like to cast. Where's it gone? I've lost my. I want to cast Spirit Guardians on myself just before we release them.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Necrotic or Radiant?
Actually, no, I don't, because it fucked me when I'm in darkness. So no, I'm not going to cast Spirit Guardians. No, ignore that.
Okay.
And yeah, before the button is pressed, I would like to do that.
Do that. Oh, yes. Yeah, anyone that wants to stealth can, if they want to, or attempt to. Mirror image from Lukka. Alright. We're all good on levels. Dalia, you're fine there?
Oh yeah. I want to stay up here for now anyway.
Sure.
Is
Can I
sort of
do the
Crusher's
stuff
on the first floor, right?
Yep.
Crusher is on the first floor.
Okay.
I've got him
I
inside.
would like to be on the ceiling of the first floor then.
He is he's here.
Okay. Can
That's kind of his location.
so I'm on the ceiling, like not on the second floor. I'm on the ceiling of the first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he's with us.
Would you like me to drag you to the first floor, or
Yes,
would you
please.
want? Okay.
Why don't you guys trust Crusher? He's been very honest.
This is gonna be a nightmare to see who is where.
Yes, this is gonna be an interesting fight. I might just turn off dynamic lighting if it really turns out to be horrible, but for now
anyone
we
on the-
won't. We'll see how it goes.
For anyone on the second floor, Crusher's right here.
Yes, you can draw a little thing, I guess that would work. We're gonna, because you guys are planning to attack this guy without conversation, I'm gonna just throw on the battle music already.
Well, hold on, Yap. We don't know. There might be a conversation. Really depends on the initiative rolls.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very true. Crusher, roll first, please.
I'm gonna roll a 10, and you know it. All right.
Yeah, you guys can roll initiative here because it's fine. We'll not get into combat, I guess, at first, but we'll have it ready.
I'll roll first. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought.
Okay. Just got to beat a 5. Just about beat a 5. I have such high dex. Why is it so terrible?
Alright, I need to roll for a bunch of stuff.
Dalia with a good roll.
Sweet.
Welcome to the top. Everyone else is pretty bad at rolling initiatives.
Oh wait, so the like Murdrons are gonna like. Oh, I don't want them to get hurt.
They're all dying. Those guys are standing really close. They're all gonna die.
Well, the Modrons have been they've been tasked to operate the machine. That's their main purpose. But if the machine is going to be threatened to be destroyed, then they will defend the machine, because that's what their task is.
But then we're trying to destroy the machine, so are they gonna attack?
No,
us?
you're trying to destroy the creature within, not the machine itself. The machine you need, actually, because you want the fabrication for the ink elemental. So,
Okay, so they're not gonna
ideally,
mistake us.
yeah, ideally you want to
either destroy or banish or whatever you're planning to do to this creature within, without doing too much environmental damage, because you need it for whenever you want to fabricate the document to get into Vault 666.
Sweat God
Before we do
Crusher.
this, though, I need to go to the loo, so I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll take a little bit of a break here for 2 minutes. That's a good call, and then we'll start off this combat.
All right.
I can't believe none of you guys trust Crusher at all. It's so mean.
I mean, if we were privy to the conversation that you just had with the devil, do you blame us?
Crusher was nice enough to share with you
he was.
what he knew, and you just.
However, it's not just Crusher. I don't want anyone speaking to this devil to make a contract.
Only you get to make contracts with devil.
And as far as you know, Crusher just replaced our friend with all of his stuff.
Hold on, we don't
So
know
why
that.
do
Yeah,
we
we
trust
just know he has all his stuff.
No,
Yeah,
the fact that you're able,
Ragnar.
yeah, the fact that you're able to summon Ragnar kind of definitively answers the question. This is Jonas, because wasn't Ragnar bound to Jonas?
No, he was bound to the Spurs.
I thought he was bound to Jonas.
I think Jonas is possessed. I'm thinking Jonas is possessed right now.
Or it is someone entirely different, and this guy killed Jonas and took all his stuff.
I think the Ghost Lord completed Jonas's transformation.
It could just be a guy who's suspiciously the same height and
Look,
build as Jonas.
All I'm gonna say is
All
we
the
never honored the deal with the Ghost Lord. We never give the Ghost Lord his phylactery back.
Okay, but hear me out. What if this was just Jonas doing like a bit?
So there's one telltale sign, because Jonas is like what, 6'2", pretty heavy.
Hold on.
5'8", 200 pounds.
He's about 6'2". Yeah, right around there. Yeah.
Okay.
Six,
But
6'2",
he
yeah.
also has size 6 feet, very small feet. So
That's not true. That's not true.
That's canon. It's canon.
Guys,
That's
he
not
has
true.
a
That's not
nightmare
canon.
called Ragnar the Destroyer.
I don't think
It's
that's
identical
true.
to the one you saw when you were fighting Tiamat.
But this guy, he doesn't have the same eye color as Jonas. Everyone has seen that.
Ah shit, yeah, that is true. Ah fuck, he's got us there.
You can't really see his eyes, but
Yeah,
there's
I mean, you
some
can see
red.
them through the helmet. They
Yeah, well,
glow
there's
a little
some.
bit. Yeah.
There's some red little orbs that are on that.
When we get
helmet.
back to our plane, we need to have a word with the Ghost Lord. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be back
Could
there
there
really
be-
soon.
Could there be more than one like person in his family that looks a lot like him? Could there be some Jonas brothers, possibly?
I can't wait for Jonas to take his
Fuck
helmet
off! Get out of
I cannot wait for Crusher to take off his helmet and it's just Jonas with the goatee underneath.
This is bonus. The bonus brother.
Maybe it's
These are
Henry.
all really good ideas.
Maybe Henry finally got his revenge.
He might have. I mean, who's to say?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the dynamic lighting here, I think, because
Santa.
it's gonna be very hard to like see and stuff. So I'll turn off the dynamic lighting so you guys can all see.
I can't wait to see the third floor.
I think it'll be good. Yeah. There we
Whoa, huge. I can delete the horse. I drew.
This is a pretty hefty map. Holy.
It is from Chepeku Patreon.
Oh,
But you can also see that now.
I feel like T69 is just doing something with all those monodrones in
Oh yeah, he is.
I don't see a quadradrome in there.
Yeah, neither
It's
do I.
just all monodromes.
It's gonna really suck when they turn out to be evil, and you just have that whole room of monodrones coming through.
I mean, that's one fireball there, and you have them all. Sure, you'll be fine. I'm gonna go to the toilet as well. I'll be right back.
Prometheus being on the second floor is concerning. Does he have anything other than a sword?
Remius?
Yeah. Is he
no, I
planning
think
on
we've
helping
established.
or no?
Yeah, he's one of the toughest Hell Riders that exists, but he's not great.
Not good. Not really saying anything good about the rest of them.
Do you still have your throwing scimitar? Or sorry, does Crusher have a throwing scimitar?
Let me look. You know, you haven't seen one as of now.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, maybe he does.
It
He's got,
isn't
like,
taped to his back like a gun.
that'd be so cool. But
Like
I mean,
John
he has a
McClane.
cape. Yeah. He has a cape, so you haven't really seen his back, so it could be anything taped back there.
And we know canonically Jonas hates wearing capes.
You're joking, right?
He loves cloaks, hates capes.
Wait,
Oh, that's true. That's true.
if I say the key word, does the cape billow?
No, it's not a purple cape.
Damn it!
It is very specifically not that the cloak of billowing.
Alrighty.
What's the word again?
It's the word is activate, but in celestial.
Hmm. I know what I'm using my turn for.
Hell yeah.
Is that a whole fucking action? What is that?
Yeah, it is.
I think
Really?
it's a bonus action.
Oh, it is just a bonus action. Okay.
I
don't know,
did
think
find a really like. I mean, look at this. Look at this cloak.
I mean, it fits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I think you should change it to be an action because that's kind of overpowered for a bonus action.
That's true.
Activate it with an action, turn it off with a bonus action. Perfect.
No, it just stays on until it's done.
It's a curse. Never stops.
It actually, reading the text of it, it actually does just stay on. You can't turn it off. It goes the full minute.
It's the cloak of always billowing.
Yeah. Hey, you get a minute out of it whether you want that minute or not.
Alrighty. Everyone here? Everyone good? I think we're all here.
Yep.
Mhm.
Plane here? I don't know if plane's.
Yeah, I'm here.
Pooping.
I'm here.
Pooping.
He's here and pooping. Wow.
You sound far away, plane.
Yes, I am. You don't need to worry about it, okay?
I don't feel comfortable.
Talk to me while I poop.
Oh, okay. We've all rolled initiatives here, so we're gonna get into it. As Grundlefilm will kind of look towards Lukka, I guess, the closest one. He will say, well, glad you are here to help. Whatever comes out of this, we'll handle it. Here goes nothing.
Yep, it wouldn't be the first demon we fight in a day, actually.
Okay. Anyways, and as he presses the button, the first thing you all experience is a blast of heat that comes from the furnace, as different kind of locks and cogs seem to release themselves. Some machinery within the cage/furnace seems to be activating that hasn't been activated in a long time. And the screeching of the metal that has been locked in place for a long time over kind of comes every other sound that was within the machine, within the room here, within the building. You see the different Modrons kind of tighten their grip around their weapons and that sort of stuff, as the machine seems to creak, concerned with the well-being. And as the heat wave kind of subsides, you now all hear a voice
within your head. At the same time, the voice comes from inside the furnace, and it says, "Finally, I can do what needs to be done." And I guess some of you will see this as from outside of the upper chimney here on the second floor, a creature will appear.
Oh, right there. Nice.
As a reddish kind of lobster-like creature mixed with the humanoid body of either a devil or demon appears. Spikes all over, muscles bulging, horns, and red gleaming eyes that stare towards probably Grundlethum and Lukka at the time. He has 2 or 4 pincers, I think, as the extensions of his arms. I'll show him actually, so then I can be reminded of how he looks like as well. 2 pinchers, big ones, and then 2 smaller arms. Oh fuck! I need to do that. Oh. There we go. 2 giant legs that support his frame as he climbs out of the machine. The heat that you felt just a moment ago, Lukka, appears again, now coming from him. And, well, we've already rolled initiative, but here's where our combat will start.
Don't worry about the text, guys. I'll rewind the VOD and see what it said.
Yeah. As within the appearance of Ingmar, the name you, I guess, see now, some other things will appear as well. Some things that are ironically the things you want, but they don't seem to be very much allied towards you. As from the machine to the west begin to appear these creatures made of ink.
Great.
Sprouting out from, I guess, the ink that resides within the machine. Opposing the cage that Ingmar was locked in. And we will start our combat here. Ayos, you are top of the round. Go ahead.
Okay. I know I'm on the first floor, but with seeing, I guess, or hearing the release into this level, would there'd be some sort of something given off when he is released, right? Like,
oh yeah, you hear not only, like I said, the voice. It's very disorientating because you hear the voice inside your head, but you also hear it coming from the second floor. You also, even from your angle, I think you're like just around that like corner there, so you would be able to at least feel the heat from upstairs, as well as probably take a glimpse of the body that has appeared.
okay. I'm hidden, correct?
Currently, he seems to be at least in some way aware of you, as he is speaking within your mind. You don't know if that's maybe just a general broadcast or actually he knows where you are. You no idea. He's not looking at you.
Okay. I will bonus action dash and run up
Sure.
this space.
The dynamic lighting is off, so you can move your token.
Yeah, I'm just sort of. Yeah. Okay. So I'll run up to Yingma. How much altitude must I have gained to get
Well,
there?
he is very close to the ceiling, as that's where kind of the pipe ends.
The pipe runs towards the third story, like through the third story, and runs actually into that roof. But there's like different kinds of like like doors that open from the pipe, kind of halfway through to the next roof, and he has opened one of those and is coming through. So I would say about 20 to 25 feet up to the roofs, like from the floor to the second level
Okay,
here.
so I have 20, we'll say 50 more feet of movement after this attack.
Sure.
Cool beans. I will use Booming Blade and greet this devil in kind.
Righty.
22 to hit.
Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll go through. 22 is gonna hit.
Okay. Okay. 39 damage.
39. Doesn't seem resistant or vulnerable to any of that.
Okay. And is this pipe giving off heat?
He himself is giving off a lot of heat. You think that the machine itself or him, at least they are intertwined and infused, being so long, like bound to each other. You don't know if the heat originates from the machine and has now seeped into Ingmar, or if it's the other way around, but both are giving off a lot of heat still.
Alright, I'll just keep running 20 feet on the ceiling of this level, so...
Sure. So you're like
10.
15 feet above him, I guess. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. On initiative count 20, a layer action will subside.
And that is Grundle Thumbs, of course.
Yeah. No,
This is
the
layer.
layer-
Runs attack?
It's Ingmar.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll probably do this. He is gonna do a layer action called Reconfigure Reality. Ingmar casts a unique variant of creation, causing the fabrication press to reshape terrain within a 40-foot cube centered on itself. Stone becomes ink stained, wood becomes paper thin, objects are reshaped into surreal or warped versions of themselves. This counts as difficult terrain for non-fiends and causes wisdom saves. DC 18 or creature becomes charmed until they leave the zone. And this originates from the other machine, from this one. So anyone within 40 feet of, let's say, kind of the middle point here, so let's do that, is going to be affected by this. On the second level, it doesn't seem to be much, but on the first, that seems to be at least El, Kotam, one of the Modrons, Ragnar as well. And we'll say Crusher as well, because you're kind of in the middle there, right?
I don't know. I don't look like I'm in it.
I'm gonna say it's Crusher as well. I think it might be Dalia as well. Yeah, if I have to guess, it would be, yeah.
Is it not though, like, because surely if I'm a layer up, although it might be.
Yeah, that's true, because doesn't reach till the third floor. Some pipes do, but
hold on,
not
now.
the main building.
I don't even think Ragnar's in it.
No, I'm gonna say it's gonna affect Ragnar and Crusher.
Sorry, I'm out of it. There's a big cube there. I don't look in it.
He is legitimately out of it.
Look at this. Look at this. Here it comes.
I'm seeing a big cube. I don't know.
Look.
Yeah. I'm looking.
Problem solved.
See, now you're cheating, and Crusher's still not in it.
I can increase this to 50 if you want, but
Guys, he's cheating again.
all right. Anyone that's that I spoke of needs to make a wisdom save throw. Also, we're gonna place some area of effect templates here, because it's not a 40 feet. It's 40 feet from its original thing.
That looks like 40 feet to me. I'm not even in it.
We'll actually make a shape, because that would work better. Let's do this. Can you do the 40 feet thing again?
Yep.
Yeah, right next to where I am. Yeah.
Why is it a rectangle? Yeah, keep doing that. There.
It's mad
you
because
can
Yob
make a-
only normally cheats when it comes to preparation.
There it is, right next to where Crusher is. All right.
If you really don't want to be hit by us, that's fine.
I really don't.
No, that's okay. All right. Yeah, you're okay. No, I don't really care. But L, Kotam, I'll roll for him.
Oh no, not Kotam.
This Modron here. I mean, I would roll for the mono Modrons, but it's not really gonna matter, so. And then from Dalia, are you in it? No, you won't. No. Yeah, that's it then, I think. L saves, and both the Modron and Kotem fail, so they are charmed at the moment. I'll do this. There we go. And that is treated as difficult terrain as well. All that. Those two squares. Alright. That was his layer action. Dalia, your turn.
Firstly, can I do this? If I can find it. I should.
Yeah, you want to do your awakening thing,
the
or?
height between the floors is only 35. No, I've already. I thought I'd already done that in my before. Well, I asked you if I could do that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You could have done that as Gundolf from pressed the button. You would have been able to do that. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
Or like
And
6
so-
seconds before, if you really want to be technical.
In this one, I can hurl spores up to 30 feet. So,
Yep.
in theory, I think that I should be able to.
You should be able to reach him.
Towards him. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. For sure.
And
Actually, it would be
like
around
10-foot
here.
cube.
There. Because he's out already. 10-foot cube, okay. Draw me that, or plop in the 10-foot cube, and then
Okay.
it's one of the area effect templates. You can just use that one, probably.
Ooh, I put it in the wrong place. Hang on. Oh, I can't drag it down. I'm stuck inside the room. I've like spawned it upstairs and I can't. It won't let me drag it down. Okay, let me do this.
I'll drag it here. There you go.
Oh,
You wanna on top of him, I'm assuming?
yeah, thank you.
Sure thing. Alrighty. What's that gonna do for me, though? Whenever the creature moves into the cube or starts a turn there. Okay, so on its turn, it's gonna do something.
Take some, unless it can say. But that's, I think that's a bonus action anyway.
Yeah, that was your bonus action. You have an action still.
Okay. I want to, transform. I want to use wild shape. But I am so like uncertain of the of what I can actually take the form of.
Well,
Our last druid had
You're-
elemental dinosaurs.
yeah, that's true, but I'm uncertain if you can actually do your your spores thing and wild shape. I don't know.
It's a regular action for her, right?
Yeah,
Wild
no,
shape?
true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I don't know if it's
Oh,
if that works at the same. I'm assuming it does. I guess. Yeah.
Well, I'll have a look and see if it's...
What you can do to solve this quickly is just look up any beast in on the 5e tools and that sort of stuff.
Oh, never mind.
That's within the. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. So you can't use your wild shape and do that.
Yeah, no, you can't do the same. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind then.
I thought I read something like that, but I didn't remember it. Thanks, Fook.
Yeah, I think it does because it says I have to use wild shape to. Yeah. Okay.
She can still do it, but it will get rid of the spores you just did. So
That I've just met. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would be counterintuitive.
Okay, let's go with.
I guess he would be around 15 to 20 feet above you as well.
Below me, you mean?
Below, sorry.
Ten-foot radius sphere isn't going to touch anybody else, is it? So.
No, if you targeted on him, then no.
Okay.
Don't tell me you're gonna cast Shatter.
No, Wither and Bloom.
Okay, yeah, that would work. Right, if you want to cast that. Are you doing it at second level?
Ooh, Grindle's okay. Oh yeah, because I can cast it higher than that, right?
Yeah, and it will just increase the damage.
Let's cast at level 4.
Okay. I think might not be doing the damage numbers, but then it will increase to what's that? 46.
Yes.
And you're only targeting him, you're trying to harm it, so it will do necrotic, I'm sure. Yeah, 46 necrotic. Alright, a con save from me. Rolls a 27.
Jesus Christ.
So he's gonna take half from this, right? I believe that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll me 46 as their damage. Probably the best way of doing it is just using the dice kind of tray thing. Yeah, that works. 15. Alright, so he'll take half from this. Let me check something. No, you're fine. He takes half.
Okay.
7. Round it down.
Cool. That's me.
Alright.
We've
The
got
circle
2 spheres
disappears.
around him.
Yeah, but I think this Wither and Bloom is just instantaneous, right? It doesn't last. Yeah.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you see a swarm of spores that originate from you kind of send towards Inkmaw as it surrounds him. There's another kind of blight that then kind of originates from that spore, expands for a moment, and then subsides again, doing some necrotic damage. All right. The Modrons are gonna attack because as a legendary action or legendary layer action, he has used this to kind of alter the reality of the machine, which is gonna make it really hard to operate it. So they will be forced to
Get 'em,
defend.
boys!
Let's see. I think these Tridons do have. Yeah. Okay. They're gonna all attack Inkma on the second floor here. So that's a lot of attacks because they can make, of course, 3 attacks. And Clockwork Spear.
Finally, we have an ally with multi-attack.
and they can make free clockwork spear attacks, and there are 4 of them, so that's 12. Yes, 12 attacks coming at Ingmar here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have a +3 at this.
Guys, whatever we do not damage the machines.
They have a +3 on the attack rolls here. 1, 2, 3, 3 hit. No, 4 hit. 4 hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you see all these fucking like spears shooting towards Ingmar, as soon as they either miss or hit, they instantly return towards the machines as well. You both figured it out already. Yes, it is 18, you guys.
Oh, good job,
All right.
Luke.
Doing 11, doing 13, doing 70. The other boys here, 2 of them, are gonna go towards the nearest ink golems here. They're gonna probably not want to go into that thing, but they're gonna throw their spears at the closest ones, I would say. Thinking logically here. So this one is gonna attack this one, and this one is gonna attack this one. 3 attacks. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, good rolls.
Ooh.
Only 1 miss.
Ooh.
So at least a 15, guys.
It's no fun if you tell us, Yop. Let's work it out ourselves.
We like to figure it out ourselves.
God, I was doing the mathematics.
Oh wait, that's 7 and 4s for the first one, which is 11, and then the other one is getting hit by 3. Another 3, and that's gonna be critical, so it's gonna be 6 plus 7 plus 2 is 9 plus 6 is 15. Plus the yeah. All right. That's gonna be their turns. For the triangle ones, it's nice that they are both on the same side. I should have done the quadra first, actually, but they're on the same initiative pretty much, so it works. The 3 buddies here. Let's see. I can make. Until they leave the zone. Okay. So you're charmed. This guy is gonna leave the zone. Making him not charmed anymore. And they will do. Guess what? How many attacks they can do?
4.
Hey. With their gear launchers, they're all gonna probably attack. Well, the range on these things is fucking insane. So they're actually gonna. One of them, TO67, is gonna attack Ingmar. The other 2 are gonna help out with these golems. So first, the one on Ingmar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing 9. So many attacks. And then the others are gonna attack the same ones that the Tridrones attacked. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Doing. What's that?
$10.
16. On the one here, he's bloodied or inked, I guess. And then the other one will only be hit twice as well. Doing 7. Alrighty, barely getting this guy bloodied, I guess. Alrighty, that's the Modrons. Al.
Can I see this Inkmar from where I am? Up through the hall?
Yeah, I think you would be. Yeah, you would be able to see him.
Then I will let loose my bow.
Okay. You are threatened at the moment.
I am threatened. Oh yeah, because this knobhead's right next to me. Okay, then I will move forward.
Alright, he will opportunity attack you.
That's fine. At a disadvantage, please.
No, he doesn't. He has blind sight.
It doesn't matter. I've got a cloak of displacement.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Yeah, looks like
Miss.
almost.
Fine. I'll unleash. Wait, I moved 5, 10, 15, 20. So I've moved 40 feet. Gustin. Yeah, I'll unleash my bow then.
Only, yeah, because it's difficult.
Difficult training.
Yep.
Well, that hits.
That hits.
That one doesn't. My third attack will be the Dread Ambusher attack.
All right.
So, hold on. Let me do the damage of this first. Oop.
Sure. 7. Yep. Doing another 12. Alrighty.
And I will then. No, I won't. I will end my turn.
Right. The ink golems on the first floor are. They are fiends. They are elementals and fiends. As they are created by a fiend. They will move here. And here. How much movement did they have? 30. And one will move here, and one will move here. Now here. Now here. And all of them are gonna, release their ink jet. The golem injects a high-pressure stream of burning ink in a 15-foot line that is 5 foot wide. Each creature in that line must succeed a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 3d8 acid damage on a field save and half as much in success.
Pretty good roll.
I disagree.
That's only the first one. We'll roll individually for them.
Well, they're aiming this way, so we're fine.
Well, this one is gonna do this. So hitting those two.
No, yeah, don't hurt them.
I'm gonna just do each individual here. Dex. Both gonna fail, which kills this triangular one.
This one isn't very tactical, I've got to say.
You can still angle it.
No, but what? I guess you can.
He's right.
Or you just get me in, yeah.
You can just do this. It's 5 foot wide, so. All right. The TO68 barely holds on. Barely, as he gets covered in ink. This guy is gonna do this. I'm gonna say that doesn't hit Crusher, but it's gonna hit both the
yeah, he could angle it. Yeah.
TO67 and Ragnar. So I want a dex save from Ragnar.
Okay. Ragnar's never succeeded a dex save in his life.
Ooh, natural 20 from.
There's the Ragnar we know and love.
Natural 20 and natural 1. That's funny.
What's the damage on this one?
Oh yeah, I need to roll that. My bad. Here we go. 18.
Still a pretty good roll. Shit.
Yeah. Nice 9. This guy's bloodied. All right. Motorons don't. They have a lot of attacks, but they don't have a lot of HP. Then these two are gonna both target L and Kotam. You get the double here. Pew pew. Those two are horrible rolls. You will make it once and fail once. Kotam will try and do the same.
That's 13 damage.
Make once and fail once. There we go. Also 13 then, I guess. Alrighty. That's the ink golems. They will stay where they are because they moved pretty much their entire movement. Lukka.
All right, Lukka, go on.
Standing next to the furnace, you see now the creature that has emerged. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I do. I also see Al that is getting kind of swarmed up there. So first thing first, I will look at Al and just extend my hand, and he'll feel a warmth on his shoulder and give him inspiration. And
Sure.
then I will do as an action, I'll send a bell ringing through the head of this guy right there.
Okay.
Next to Al. So I'll do Toll the Dead on him.
Sure. I'm gonna say that this one hasn't been damaged. This one does.
Oh, well then, that's my bad. I
Yeah.
thought the other way. So I'll do the one damaged.
Okay. I was thinking that would be your kind of thought. 8. So whatever this
Alright.
damage is gonna be good.
Nope.
Never mind.
It never worked the way I wanted to.
13. All right. It is very bloodied.
Alright, and I think the heat is like cauterizing some of like Luca's face, so he is gonna continue stepping down the stairs just to get like a little bit away from the heat, but that's it.
Perfect. Yeah, I should have done that actually. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it afterwards. That's your turn. Sorry, I
Yes.
moved onward. All right. Grundlefum. Well, Grundlefum has some tricks up his sleeve. Yeah, he'll potentially make Ios very happy, I think. He's gonna cast Fairy Fire on Ingmar. DC 15 Dex, yeah, Dex save. He's not really good at those. Yeah, nice. He's Fairy Fired. He's gonna make it green. All right, and he's gonna move away. Let's move towards the big boys. We can only move 25 feet, so we'll do that. Oh, wait, before we do that, now I need to remember that I have to do this. Because I didn't do it with Wither and Bloom, but we'll sway it away. As Ingmar has this feature. And Gronofum wouldn't know about this because, well, he doesn't know pretty much anything about this creature. So it fails, and it doesn't actually. As you see Gronofum cast Fairy Fire, the light, the green light that briefly surrounds Ingmar, kind of seems to get absorbed into him, and it vanishes without a trace.
Oh wow, nice.
Alrighty.
Thank God it doesn't work with cantrips.
Yeah, it doesn't. I looked at that when you cast the Booming Blade. I was like, I guess it doesn't work with cantrips. That's gonna be its turn, and Grundlefum is gonna say as he ends his turn, he's gonna say, "That is a problem." The ink golems on the second floor here will go. This one is gonna move here. This one is gonna move here. This one is gonna dash. It's gonna move here. And this one is gonna also dash and move here. He'll do that after this guy blasts the Modron and Remius with the ink here. Ink Golem, Ink Jets. That is for the upper one, and the other one is for the bottom. So Ramius and one of the Modrons. Dex save, yes. fails horribly. That's exactly enough to kill him. And Bremius. Guys, the triangle modrons have 16 HP. We'll take 8. And then the other one will hopefully save. Nope. Doing 10, so bloodied. Alrighty, that's the Ink Golem's turns. Inkma, how fun. Well, buddy.
Don't forget to roll for spores damage.
Oh yes. Do you? I think you roll for that.
Yeah, no, I do. I just said that, and then I was like, actually, it's me that's wrong. Okay.
Is it just? It's just a flat damage roll, right? I can't save that or anything, or do I?
No, I can't remember actually.
It's a con save.
I
Oh
can't
no, yeah,
save.
it is. Yeah.
Okay. Is it like half on when I succeed? Because it's a 19.
Doesn't
Sure.
say that it's half.
What do I make the con save for?
Whenever a creature is starts its turn, that creature takes, unless it. Oh yeah, so unless it succeeds on a Constitution saving throw against.
So it's save or suck. Okay. So I succeeded, so I'm not taking damage here.
Oh.
All right. Now it's gonna act out its turn. It's gonna bonus action teleport. And let's do. I don't think I can hit Lukka if I angle up. So what we're gonna do is. He's gonna teleport like this. He is not on your level, Lukka. He's kind of floating 10 or 15 feet above.
Oh god.
He seems to be able to fly. And he's gonna cone a, well, I'll show you. Ink burst. Inkma vomits forth a blast of searing black ink in a 30-foot cone. All creatures in the area must make a DC 18 saving throw, take 60-10 acid damage, and become blinded for 1 minute on a failed save. Or repeat save at the end of the turn as well. And he's gonna angle it so that it hits these 3.
I'm on the ceiling. Does that change anything?
No, because he's angling it up. He is a
Alright.
little bit below. So he would hit all 3 of you.
Okay.
The ink kind of fucking like admits to everywhere. You do succeed, so you're fine. I need to roll damage for this. Why isn't it rolling damage on that? 6, 8, 10. That's it. There we go.
Oof.
Alright. Dex succeeds. Natural 20. Nice, Remia. And 10.
Oh god.
Alright. So he is blinded. Do we have? Yeah, that one. And he is not. He will take half, which is 17.
Yep.
And he will take the full. Alrighty. That hurts. He's not bloody, but kind of close. Alright. That's gonna be its bonus action. He is now gonna move down, actually.
That was a
kind of
bonus action.
Float/land above Lukka here. He's now within 5 feet of you, Lukka. Yeah, sure, he'll take the 14.
Is he dead?
No.
Damn.
Is he close?
No, he's not bloodied.
Damn
What?
it.
This is unfair.
Alrighty.
You're talking about I did like 19 damage. That must have been at least bloodied territory.
At least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
fair.
Get close, me bitch. Got a nat 20 with your name all over it, ain't what?
Alright, that's its turn, Crusher.
Okay. I don't think I can move through the walls of different floors, can I? Let me see. Yeah, I can. So could you please move me straight up to here?
What I can do actually is do this and solve that issue. Give me a moment.
Yeah,
Turn
make a
off that
mistake.
restricted movement.
Now you can.
Deleted my token, brought it back. I have to re-roll initiative.
Joke's on you, enough. I still can't.
It's
You can?
23.2.
I turned it off, so you should be able to. That's weird. Yeah, it says it's off.
I can move.
Oh. Yeah, Al can do it.
I can't.
Maybe not with Ragnar or something?
Okay, so Crusher and Ragnar can't go through the wall together, but if they go independently, they can.
There you go. That's roll 20 for you.
Classic. Question: is this guy standing on that balcony, or is he
No,
like floating?
he is very much floating above it.
Okay, and like, what height is he at?
He's like 5 feet above the railing.
Okay. Perfect. That's a good height. First things first, I'm gonna float up to him.
Sure.
Give me my contract now.
I'll say to him in Infernal.
Out loud?
To be
Okay.
nice. Yeah, just saying it aloud in Infernal.
Quick, Luga. Tongues. Languages.
Okay,
Comprehend
so you
languages.
do-
Whatever.
Luca
Does he
has
give me my-
languages, so he understood everything.
Does he give me my contract now?
Yeah, it's served on a platter.
Actually?
No.
Does he respond at all?
He'll probably respond in his turn, so we have to wait.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna look at Lukka and switch languages up. I'm gonna switch to Celestial.
Right.
Yeah, I speak that.
Do we have an alternative to getting a contract?
We do. We kill him and we make one with the devil who hates him.
Is that realistically going to work in a timely manner?
I'm gonna say that's enough conversation.
I was gonna say, for 6 seconds, this is a lot of words.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, Lukka did not give me a whole lot to go on there, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna hit this little guy next to me instead of the big guy.
Okay.
Because I still need the big guy.
Sure.
I do have an advantage on this, so yeah, still 21.
Sure.
Which I imagine hits.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I'll hit him again if he's not dead.
He's not dead. Nice. Good
This
rolls.
time I'll actually hit him. Okay, holy shit, I got 4 nat 1s out of that. Okay.
Yeah, doing another 14.
Is he dead now?
No, he's bloody.
That's pretty messed up. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop. That's my turn.
Alrighty. Also, I'm gonna say, before I forget, he is also covered in ink. Alright. You wanna stay there? I'm assuming that's it. We'll go to Ayos. Ayos, can you roll initiative again? Thank you. You had 23, right?
23.2.
Yeah, I'll just do this. Alright. What do you want? What do you want to do?
Okay, he's... If I just walk here... sorry, if I were to walk here, how low would he be?
Like he, I would say that's kind of halfway, right? Logically, if there's, oh my bad, if there's 30 feet in between the stories, then this like little ridge here would be on the halfway point. So I would say 15 feet in between the two floors.
Okay, and he's large, right?
Yeah, he's a large creature.
All right. I will bonus action. Where are you, baby girl? That. So
You call your gemfly baby girl?
yeah. So baby girl splits from my back and
Yep.
open makes wings.
Mm-hmm.
and I will come up and Booming Blade. Yup, for the Red Dragon Soul, do I have to call it beforehand?
What does it say?
Dragon Sister Blue. Sorry, I have to find. Can I put this in chat? Can you put an item in chat?
No, you can copy the text and just
Yeah,
paste
just
it in
text.
chat.
Okay, hope you're all ready. No, that's the Euro sign. That's from a different thing.
I can relate to that. You search it up on YouTube or on YouTube or on Google. You know you can only also just copy the red part, but
I'm gonna scroll down on that.
because that's
Red.
a lot of text. I don't know
Extending
either
beyond
whether
the
red.
physical plane when making an attack. Ios's blade. Thank you for that. Determined. It doesn't say anything about beforehand. So
I'm gonna say you can do it whenever.
thank you. Here is my boy. Holy!
Whoa!
Fuck! Oh no!
I'm gonna make that a divine smite.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, tell us he's not
And
bleeding
he's
now,
a
Yop. Tell us he's not bleeding now, bitch.
Hmm. I'm just glad he didn't do the Dragon Soul completion thing.
I'm out of it. We haven't long rested.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right.
Forget to add your 2 extra d8.
Yep,
Yeah.
he's a fiend.
He is a fiend.
Ooh. Only a fiend would know that.
Yeah.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
So how much is that?
What is that?
Looks like
63.
87, I think. Something close to that.
You know, it's good. He is bloodied now.
Yes.
Maybe.
It's like
86?
definitely more than 15.
I think 86, yeah.
We'll say 86. All right. Ios, anything else?
Hit him again.
He doesn't have that yet.
Don't have that yet. 15. I'll move 15 more. Actually, Lukka's there. He's within range. Shit. God damn it, Lukka. Oh, so's Jonas though. Yeah. 5.
No, Jonas
10.
isn't here.
Did you just
sorry.
dead name
So-
Crusher?
Shut up. Shut up.
Sorry, I dead named you. All right. I fly to here.
Yeah, next to the
That
spores.
was my turn.
How fun. All right. Count 20. Layer action. I'm gonna say to reconfigure reality. It doesn't specify. I'm gonna say it stays until this fight is resolved.
Oh, well, you would.
He is gonna use. That's actually really cool. Yeah, I think he'll use this. He is gonna use this one. Duplicate spell. The last spell in the chamber is duplicated by the press, and Inkmaw casts again at the same target. What he is gonna do then is, of course, he's gonna cast it at the same target, which is himself, because it was Fairy Fire, but it's gonna affect now the enemies instead of the allies. Oh wait, it's gonna just do everything, right? Anyone within that cube is gonna be making a dex save. It doesn't specify between allies or enemies.
Well, we have to roll a d6, yeah.
Yeah, that's weird because it works on himself. Because he targets himself. Okay. That's interesting. Free?
Yeah.
Spell affects the only but like it's an area of effect thing. So I don't know.
So he's casting it, so now it targets himself again, and we have to roll another d6.
Yeah, this is an interesting loop.
Oh no.
It will either okay. If we do that, we'll either be 1 or 2 and the spell fails, or 5 or 6, and then it targets a random thing, and then it will work. So it's either working or not. So let's see. Okay, it vanishes. That was a weird interaction.
That was very weird.
Yeah, that was
We
very
did it,
weird.
guys. We stopped it.
There you go. Very well done. All right, Dalia.
I
That
got
was
I got a
interesting.
boogie, but I'll listen. I know we're at time, but I'm
Yeah,
happy.
we're a little bit over time here. We'll. It might be a good thing to call it here actually, because we are on the top of the round. Dalia, you want to
Okay,
do your last turn and then we'll end it with the modrons?
Okay.
I gotta do that. I'll listen though.
I'll
Have a
see
good week,
you.
everyone.
Yeah,
I'll
bye-bye.
be available next week, so if anyone is asking.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Right.
Okay.
It'll be our last turn. Or, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Confusion. Jesus. Alrighty. I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Smart to go for a 4th level here.
I hate to ask, but where are we putting the circle?
Oh, is that 10-foot radius?
Yeah.
It's a 10-foot radius sphere.
So what you can do is put it, because this guy is lower than Lukka.
Got this circle.
How
to play
high?
with.
How high up is he again?
He is about 5. Yeah, I think.
If he's 15 feet above the barrier, isn't that what you said? Above the.
No, he's floating just above it, so he would be 5 feet. I'm gonna say, because of how weird radius stuff works, you can affect both this guy and this guy, but not this guy, because it kind of like shunts off, right? As it is a radius.
Yeah, that's fair enough then.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool.
you have to center it at least where it hits Inkma.
Yeah.
So there. Okay, it's not 4th level, but Inkma does have magic resistance. So he is going to be able to roll this with advantage. We'll roll for that. Oh, the 23 is good. So he will succeed in this. The golem also has magic resistance. That's fun. He is not as wise, though. 19 will still succeed, though.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's the thing with save or suck spells. It either is great or it's useless.
Yeah, those are really good rolls though. 15 and 19.
Yeah, those are.
Oh god. Okay.
You still have bonus action, still have movement, still have reaction. That does a lot for you as well in your spores.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he's bloody. He's not looking great. I mean, he just got dealt 86 fucking damage from one attack. Thanks, Ian. Imagine if that was the completion soul thing.
So I can't even. I'm trying to remember which ones are bonuses. I don't know. I guess I will just.
You could just move the spores if you want to do that.
Yeah, I guess.
You also have healing word, I think. So you could heal someone as well. But that's within range. You would have to probably get closer to the others.
Yeah, so I can move.
You have Featherfall? I don't know if druids get that.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just have to stick with throwing my.
There's no problem with that. Spores is your subclass. That's one of the main things you can do.
Yeah, but he's just really good with these saving throws, so it's not, it's not doing very much. I don't think
Yeah.
I've actually even hit him once yet, so that's painful.
You've hit him with the Wither and Bloom.
Well, yeah, only half. He still saved that too.
True.
Okay, yeah, let's just send.
Doesn't seem to be very good at deck saves. I'll say that.
Yeah, which this point, now that I've already used my action, doesn't really.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, for the next round, you'll probably unless Ice gets another 20. Okay. You place there, and we'll go through Modrons, but after we do that, we're gonna call it here, as we are a little bit over time already, and one of the players has left. We'll continue on the fight with Inkma, the demon inside the machine, and his ink golems, and see how this ends. Either Crusher gets his contract, or you guys kill him and send him back to wherever he came from, or something else will happen. Who knows?
I do plan on killing Crusher and sending him back where he came from.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right. Thanks for playing, guys. Thanks for playing session 3 of the Change of Asmodeus.
Woo!
It had been a while, so I'm glad we could have played this out and got back into it. Thanks for anyone that has been watching up to this point. We'll see you next time, wherever that is. I do have to say that I'm gonna be on my journey and my travel through Southeast Asia as of next week. I will be living with a friend of mine in Bali for like 3 weeks, who has access to internet, good internet, and like laptops and computers and that sort of stuff. So I don't see why I couldn't run the next session, but you never know. Just know that the next upcoming 2 months are gonna maybe be a little inconsistent, but not as inconsistent as normal. So, yeah, just a heads up for that. The quality might be a little different, or that sort of thing. So I just wanted to say that for the watchers as well as for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm very excited though. Go there. And the main thing about it is that my times are gonna be just fucked up. Every D&D session I'm now gonna run 7 hours earlier, which these are all pretty much set for a good schedule in Europe and not for Asia, so it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be, what is this session gonna be at? It's gonna be, let's see, 7 hours from now normally, so it'd be.
It would currently be 1:14 a.m. apparently.
Yeah. I would start at 1 a.m. with the session and then go to. So it would be just a fucking middle of the night session for me.
Well, right now would be 1, so you'd be ending at 1.
Oh yeah, true. Okay. Well,
guys, I have to join another meeting. It starts in 1 minute, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to dash. But
Yeah.
We'll
I think we'll be good for next week if you guys are all alright. So we'll see each other next week for the.
I think I probably am.
Good.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
If there's any other updates that come up with me not being able to play like normal, then I will update you guys. But yeah, I think we should be good
Ready.
if everything turns out great. Also, Vuk, I'm gonna get to the fucking spells now.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Because that needs to be done. Sorry, my bad, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, most of it you requested was utility, so.
Yeah. I mean, they're like, as I said, like completionist spells, nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't think casting like floating disc is gonna help us fighting this fiend. So
No,
you're
probably
fine.
not.
You don't know that.
That's true. Yeah, it is a demon, I guess. I was looking at creatures to put into this machine, and I was like, what could work? And then
a Glebresu, which is this thing, is known to like deceive and stuff. So I think that fitted pretty well. And I wanted something else than a devil because we're gonna have enough devils. But there you go. We'll see how it ends with Inkma. Whatever happens in next session, I guess.
Okay, bye guys. Thanks,
All right,
y'all.
I'll see you guys. Thanks for playing, guys.
Bye.
I'll be back.
And as always, have a good one.